You're watching Reality Check. If you'd switched on virtually any television channel today, you may have been forgiven for thinking that we're not in the middle of a raging coronavirus pandemic. Because for politicians, their priorities are very clear. Look at Rajasthan, where the political crisis has peaked. Now, here's what happened. An increasingly beleaguered Chief Minister Gehlot, who's facing setback after setback in court, decided that he wanted to call a session of the assembly and perhaps try and prove his strength there. So he says last night he sent a letter to the governor asking the governor to convene the assembly, which is normally just standard practice. But instead there was no response from the governor. And after waiting for more than 12 hours, Mr. Gehlot did something unusual. He took all his MLAs and he went off in a cavalcade to Raj Bhavan. This is Mr. Gehlot with the governor inside Raj Bhavan, meeting him and asking him to convene the assembly. As the governor appeared not to respond to that, here's what happened outside on the lawns of Raj Bhavan. Mr. Gehlot's MLAs gathered and started chanting slogans. Let's listen. The governor at some point actually came out and tried to pacify the MLAs. But they weren't having any of it because the governor was still not conceding, saying that the matter is before the Supreme Court, and that's why he's not very clear about whether he should convene an assembly. That led to Mr. Gehlot now staging a dharna. Play you those pictures in a second. Mr. Gehlot and his MLAs decided they're now going to actually stage a dharna outside Raj Bhavan. Chief Minister actually holding a dharna outside Raj Bhavan. Fairly unusual, to try to persuade the governor. This is what Mr. Gehlot had to say. If we can play Mr. Gehlot's clip.
संवैधानिक मुखिया है राज्यपाल महोदय, हमने जाके रिक्वेस्ट करी है। मुझे कहते हैं संकोच नहीं है कि बिना ऊपर के दबाव के वो इस फैसले को रोक नहीं सकते थे। क्या कारण है कि आपने कल उसको फैसला नहीं सुनाया? आज हमने फिर निवेदन किया है कि आप कृपा करके जल्दी से जल्दी इस फैसले को सुनाएं, जिससे कि पूरे प्रदेश की जनता इंतजार कर रही है।
सर, कब तक राज्यपाल ने क्या कहा है?
डिपेंड करेगा कब पत्र देते हैं, मैं वो क्या लिखते हैं, उसके बाद हम तय करेंगे हमें क्या करना है।
All right, so Mr. Gehlot there on the war path. Now, since then, the story has moved further. Now it appears that the governor has actually sent a list of certain doubts or certain clarifications he has to Mr. Gehlot, and Mr. Gehlot is now calling a cabinet later tonight to try to respond to those questions and then hope that that would result in the governor convening the House. Mr. Gehlot has also given a list of his MLAs to the governor, 102. That's the number we've been reporting on NDTV throughout. Now Mr. Gehlot almost officially acknowledging that he has essentially just 102, just one over the majority mark. That list has been given to the governor. But meanwhile, in court, again, not a great day for Mr. Gehlot. While the High Court, which was supposed to pass an order in the case of Sachin Pilot's disqualification, it was actually a big relief for Sachin Pilot in the High Court, because the court essentially stayed the action against the rebels. The court said that the Speaker will have to maintain status quo because the court is now going to hear the rebels' challenge to the constitutional provision which determines disqualification. And that, of course, as we know, a constitutional question could take days or weeks. There was no date or timeline that was set by the court. In fact, the court, in its order, framed a series of questions that it wants to, that it says that it wants to address. And let's look at those questions, because those questions are very interestingly framed. the court says that is the Supreme Court verdict of 1992 on anti-defection, does it only deal with defection and not intra-party dissent? Is the anti-defection law curtailing freedom of speech? Can a whip apply to actions of legislators outside the House? Does the Speaker's notice violate the essence of democracy, throttling dissent against persons in power? Does the Speaker's notice stifle the democratic way of expressing change in leadership? Does criticism of the Chief Minister amount to voluntarily giving up membership of a political party? The Speaker's hurried action, is it against natural justice, and is it an abuse of power? Does the Supreme Court's 1992 verdict stop the High Court from examining the above issues? Very interestingly framed questions which we leave the viewers to judge. Well, I spoke earlier to senior Congress leader and the lawyer for the Congress in the Supreme Court, Kapil Sibal, about this latest flashpoint. You have the legitimate right to press your demands with the governor, but this kind of almost protest, dharna, at the residence of a constitutional authority, is that appropriate?
Oh, absolutely. You see, what happens is when the procedures of law are being violated by those very constitutional authorities, then some form of protest is necessary. And I think the only civilized form of protest is dharna. Gandhiji used to do it. Our national leaders used to do it. Suddenly, how has it become unacceptable? The fact of the matter is that under the law laid down by the Supreme Court in Navam Tuki's case, that's the Arunachal case, Supreme Court has said that the governor cannot withhold the summoning of the House if the cabinet and if the government in power advises the governor to do that. So that's again held by 5 judges. And this cabinet request was sent yesterday to the governor.
Right.
Why is he waiting till today and not taking a decision?
Mr. Sibal, the governor has been telling us that that's because, and I believe this is what he told Mr. Gehlot and the MLAs as well, that that's because the matter is in the question of the disqualification of the MLAs and so on is in the Supreme Court, and I'm getting some advice on that. That's why the delay.
What has that got to do with the issue? They are not yet been disqualified. And if they say they are the ones who asked for a session, remember? They said that we want a trust vote. They said it way back on the, I think, 13th of July. Many of them went to channels, IBN, and one of them went to Aaj Tak.
Right.
There were other channels they went to. They wanted a trust vote. If the Chief Minister wants a trust vote, what's that got to do with the proceedings of the Supreme Court? Proceedings in the Supreme Court dealing with disqualifications. They have not yet been disqualified. And that's been stayed by the High Court. So they are members of the House. They're members of the Congress party. He himself is saying that I am a member of the Congress party. So why is the governor standing in the way?
What exactly do you think is behind the governor's moves? The Chief Minister seems to be alleging that the governor is under pressure from centre. No,
I think that Srinivasan, you know what the game is. I think the people of this country know what the game is. The people of the country have seen this game being played out in Uttarakhand, being played out in Maharashtra, being played out in Madhya Pradesh, being played out in Manipur, being played out in Goa, being played out everywhere in Karnataka. So we know what the game plan is. Every elected government will be toppled through money power, through other kind of persuasion, forms of persuasion. And if you don't agree, then they will send, the CBI against you. They will conduct raids against you. They will start proceedings against you. That's the new definition of democracy in this country. But Mr. Sibal, I think you know that. You don't have to ask me that question because you yourself know the answer.
Okay. Mr. Sibal, the only difference here, it would appear, is that this is not an overt BJP coup. This is a bunch of your own MLAs who are saying that they have kind of distanced themselves because they have grievances against the Chief Minister and so on, and who continue to insist that they are within the Congress party, but they are not in cahoots with the BJP. They are not aligned to the BJP. That's what Sachin Pilot keeps saying. You don't believe that?
Let's for the moment, Srinivasan, let's for the moment accept that. Let's analyze it. Let's assume that he says he's a member of the party and that he has nothing to do with the BJP. So let's now, if he's a member of the party, why didn't he attend the meeting on 13th July? Why didn't he attend the meeting on 14th July if he has any grievances against the party? Right? That's number one. Number two, why did he go to Haryana? Haryana is not a Congress state, Congress-ruled state. Why is he being protected by the CRPF there? Why is the Haryana police protecting him if he has nothing to do with the BJP?
Okay.
Right. So let's assume. See, point is what you say is different than what you do.
What he says.
What you see is not what it is. What is.
Okay.
So,
so can I answer that?
You don't have to necessarily believe what somebody says.
Okay.
And I believe, let's for a moment believe it.
Yeah.
Then he should agree. Then he should agree to come and talk to the Congress. He should come to the meeting. He should air his views. He should talk to the people in the party. He should tell them what more does he want. He became a member of parliament in 2004. Member of parliament at a young age, much below 30. Then he became a minister in my ministry in 2009. And just when he was over 30,
yes,
right? And he then lost the election in 2014. Then he became a deputy chief minister when the Rajasthan Assembly was won. And, and then he got 5-6 portfolios.
Right.
Now he says he's got 20 members behind him. At the moment 20, maybe he says he wants more.
Yeah.
But in any case, that's not the majority. So I don't understand what the grievance is.
Okay,
and
he says,
you should tell the people of this country what the grievance is.
Okay. Let me try to respond to that. So according to Priyanka Gandhi's office reached out to me, and they said that what Sachin Pilot told her was that he wants to be chief minister, and that has to be declared in a year, and that some of his supporters, by the way, are also. Mr. Pilot himself has not said that publicly, but some of Mr. Pilot's supporters have also been saying that Ashok Gehlot has mismanaged the state and that Mr. Pilot should be made chief minister.
All right. So that's the ground. That's the demand. Is that right?
Well, that's what one has heard. I'm just reporting what one has heard. Yeah.
Well, let's assume that is correct. So how many legislators does he have with him? Does he have a majority with him? So that means if 5 people in the party or 15 people in the party where the legislators are more than 100 of that particular party says, I want to be chief minister, so he'll run away to another state ruled by the BJP, stay in a hotel there and say, I have nothing to do with the BJP.
Okay.
And then I'm a congressman. And that's in principle opposition to the Congress party. Is it a matter of ideology or is it a matter of hunger for power?
But Mr. Sibal, you may feel that you're making strong and legitimate points, but if you look at what the courts have been saying about all this, whether it's the High Court, no, even the Supreme Court. Okay, if I may, even yesterday the Supreme Court seemed to suggest that what Mr. Pilot has done or what his MLAs are protesting about is dissent. Dissent needs space in a democracy. This is what one of the judges commented.
Vasu,
yes.
I don't want to comment on what the Supreme Court says.
Okay.
It's not fair of me. I'm the lawyer for the speaker. But I don't think that courts know the reality on the ground. How do they know that it's dissent within the party? What knowledge do they have of that? How does anybody know?
Okay.
Is there an investigation being done? What basis does anybody say that this is dissent within the party? Just because he says it. Okay. And assume it's dissent within the party. Why doesn't he reply to the notice? I'll assume it is dissent within the party.
Right.
I'll assume that what the judge said was right. Then why doesn't he attend the meetings of the party?
Right.
What's wrong with that? Right? If it is dissent within the party, and if it is not, then obviously it has nothing to do with ideology. And you yourself told me that his demand was he wants to be chief minister after 1 year. Is that dissent within the party?
Well, that's what I said. Priyanka Gandhi's office conveyed that. That's what she told him.
I don't know.
Right.
You put it to me, so I'm responding.
Yes,
even I don't know the fact.
Okay.
Incidentally, Vasu, even I don't know the fact.
Right.
Fair enough. Those on the ground who are dealing with the issue know the fact. Right? There is an investigation that is pending about some very, very murky deals that have taken place. I don't know where it will lead. I don't know the fact.
Okay.
But I don't think either I or the court or any third person
Yeah.
can say there is a procedure that is to be followed under the Constitution.
Fair enough.
And there's a Supreme Court judgment which says
Yes.
that from the time the notice is issued for disqualification to the time when the Speaker takes a decision, these are deemed to be in law proceedings within the House. I don't say that. There are 5 judges of the Supreme Court who say that.
Okay.
And they further say that there can be no relief given to such people
Sure.
till the Speaker decides. And
Okay.
when he decides that decision is that of a tribunal, then it can be challenged on 4 limited grounds.
Right.
1, mala fide; 2, perversity; 3, violation of principles of natural justice;
Right.
and 4, violation of constitutional mandates.
Okay.
There is no 5th ground on which it can be challenged. That is the law laid down by 5 judges, not by me.
Okay.
I was part of that case way back in 1992. I argued that case. We read it to the judges in the High Court, right? And
Yes.
yet the judge in the High Court has today granted a stay order, a status quo order. I mean, you see, if judges of courts are not going to follow judgments of 5 judges of Supreme Court,
Yes.
then I said today that I might as well take off my robes. I might as well not practice anymore.
That's very strong. That's a very strong thing you're saying. That you.
I'm saying it because I feel
like
it.
you're going to take
I'm
off your
very,
robes.
I'm very disturbed. I'm very disturbed because I don't think that our forefathers made this constitution to see this day that we are seeing today.
Mr. Sibal, let me ask you this though, that you believe that legal precedents are not and protocols are not being followed, but as far as the Congress's own legal strategy is concerned, some have pointed to the fact that has there been confusion? Initially, you approach the High Court, Mr. Singhvi then is the lawyer, the case is argued in the High Court, order is reserved, then suddenly the decision is to approach the Supreme Court. You
There's no,
appear for the Congress.
suddenness about it.
Is
There's no
there- is there-
suddenness about it.
Okay, but does that
Why
reflect
do you say this
confusion
sudden?
that you have Mr.
Why is
Singhvi
it
first and
confusion?
Mr. Sibal, High Court,
What's
Supreme
wrong
Court?
with that? What's wrong with that? What is the confusion in that? There's confusion in the media, maybe. Certainly not confusion in the Congress Party.
Last word to you. If you were to, do you think that you could still reach out to Sachin Pilot? Is that chapter politically? I mean, legally, there's a dozen battles going on, but politically, is that still possible?
If Sachin Pilot is saying he is part of the Congress Party still, then where's the question of reaching out? He should come to us. We are willing to talk to him at any level, at
Okay.
any stage, anywhere, at any time. So where's the question of reaching out? He says he's part of the Congress.
Okay, and with this current impasse with the governor, let's assume the governor continues to not grant the not allow the assembly to be convened. What is the kind of end game there? Is it again going to something that you might want to take up in court?
Well, I don't know.
If it comes
I
to that?
think yeah, well, maybe that's something that's certainly a way forward. But I don't know. Maybe they'll file another petition in the High Court and get a stay of that as well. God alone knows.
Okay, Mr. Sibal, you seem almost resigned.
No, I'm not resigned. I'm not resigned. I'm resigned to the nature of this democracy,
Okay.
to which it has. I'm not resigned at all.
Okay.
We're going to fight this battle. We're going to fight it till the end.
Right.
And we'll
Okay.
fight it with all the means and power in our
Arsenal.
armory.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that this is not what we are living for. This is not how we are citizens of this country.
Okay.
This is not my dream of my India.
So, the accusation made by the Congress and Chief Minister Gehlot that this is the BJP's hand, the centre's hand behind the crisis unfolding in Rajasthan. Joining me is senior BJP leader Gulab Chand Kataria. He's the former Home Minister of Rajasthan. Gulab Chand जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप NDTV पे जुड़े. तो क्या आप कहेंगे कि जिस तरह से गवर्नर ने सेशन को नहीं बुलाया, मुख्यमंत्री धरने पे बैठ गए हैं, वो कह रहे हैं ये पूरा बीजेपी का खेल है, केंद्र दबाव बनाया जा रहा है गवर्नर पर कि जो सिंपल उनका जो डिसीजन होना चाहिए कि आप सेशन बुलाओ वो नहीं बुला रहे हैं.
देखो क्या है कि पहले दिन से मैंने उनको कहा था कि आपकी इस आपस की लड़ाई का अगर हल कहीं होगा तो स्टेट के और विधानसभा के फ्लोर पर ही होगा, लेकिन इन्होंने 12 दिन बेकार में गंवाए
जी।
और ये इन्होंने स्वयं ने गंवाए। मैं सोचता हूँ कि कोर्ट में अगर गए तो ये लोग गए, और स्पीकर साहब ने जिस प्रकार के नोटिस दिए वो और सतीश पायलट को और 19 लोगों को एक तरह से दल से हटाने का और विधानसभा की सदस्यता, कोर्ट में यही गए, हाई कोर्ट में यही गए और सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी यही गए, और उसके कारण से जब उलझ गए और कोई रास्ता नहीं दिखा तो आज इन्होंने फ्लोर टेस्ट के बारे में कल कैबिनेट का दुर्भाग्य क्या है कि आज मुख्यमंत्री ने जिस प्रकार के शब्दों का प्रयोग किया।
नहीं गुलाबचंद जी मेरा कहना है कि
शब्दों का प्रयोग
नहीं
किया।
मेरा कहना है कि वो अलग है, ये लोग आपस में भिड़ रहे हैं, झगड़ रहे हैं, वो बात अलग है। लेकिन अगर मुख्यमंत्री कैबिनेट का निर्णय चिट्ठी भेजते हैं गवर्नर को कि आपको सेशन बुलाना है, तो उसमें क्या दिक्कत हो सकती है? वो तो हर स्टेट, हर प्रदेश, वो तो देश की राजनीति, देश का तो कानून वही है कि वो सेशन, गवर्नर को रिक्वेस्ट जाती है सीएम से, वो सेशन बुलाते हैं। उसे बुला क्यों नहीं रहे सेशन?
निश्चित रूप से कैबिनेट का जो कुछ भी दे वो राज्यपाल को देते हैं
जी।
राज्यपाल उसके ऊपर निर्णय करता है, लेकिन आप देखो कि राज्यपाल के भवन में जिस प्रकार से धरने और नारेबाजी करके उनको मजबूर किया जा रहा है कि आप हमको आदेश सुनाओ, ये राज्यपाल के विवेक पर है कि आपके द्वारा दिए हुए उस कागज के आधार पर वो कब और किस समय बुलाएं और कैसी उसकी कागज, ये उनके विवेक पर होता है। ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आप ये कहें कि जनता आपका जो राज्यपाल भवन है उसको घेर लेंगे, इसका मतलब आप जो राज्य के मुखिया हो वो अगर ये जनता को उकसाकर घेरने का काम करे तो इस तरह से लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की क्या गति बनेगी?
नहीं, विद ऑल रिस्पेक्ट टू यू, आप गृह मंत्री रह चुके हैं। एक सेकंड, मेरी भी बात सुन लीजिए, आप गृह मंत्री रह चुके हैं। कल शाम को चिट्ठी भेजी थी, मुख्यमंत्री ने कहा कि मैंने कल शाम को चिट्ठी भेजी थी रिक्वेस्ट के लिए। 12 घंटे 15 घंटे से ज्यादा हो गए हैं। आप तो खुद जानते हैं कानून क्या कहता है, गवर्नर हैज टू सिंपली गो बाय डिसीजन ऑफ गवर्नमेंट। वो तो फॉर्मेलिटी है। जैसे ही चिट्ठी गई उन्होंने उसका जवाब दे दिया। वो कह रहे हैं हम इसलिए धरने पे बैठे हैं क्योंकि राज्यपाल अनुमति नहीं दे रहे हैं, और उसमें उसका पीछे उसकी वजह राजनीतिक है, वो केंद्र के दबाव की वजह से रुके हुए हैं।
ऐसा नहीं है, ऐसा है कि राज्यपाल को जो पत्र भेजते हैं कोई 2 घंटे में या 4 घंटे में उसका निर्णय करके आपको नहीं कन्वे करता है। राज्यपाल भी उसको असेसमेंट करता है और कितने दिन का गैप देना, कब देना, नहीं देना, ये उसके विवेक पर है। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने कल नोटिस दे के आए और आज उसके कारण से आप धरने पे बैठ करके उसको मजबूर करो। ये संवैधानिक पद है, इसके अपनी मर्यादाएं हैं। आपका काम आपने किया, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं, लेकिन राज्यपाल की अब यह है कि वो कब दे और कौन सा समय दे, ये उसके विवेक पर है।
बट आप चाहते हैं, आप चाहेंगे कि हो जाए सेशन दूध का, क्यों ना सेशन, क्यों ना सेशन बुलाकर दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी।
मैंने तो ये पहले दिन 11 तारीख को ही कहा था कि इसका निर्णय केवल फ्लोर पे होगा। लेकिन इनके पास बहुमत नहीं होने के कारण से ये सारे के सारे होटल में बंद हो गए। उन्होंने 11-12 दिन कोर्ट में समय खराब किया और उसके कारण से जो फ्लोर टेस्ट होना था वो नहीं हुआ।
लेकिन अब तो रेडी है गुलाबचंद जी। नहीं, अब तो जब आप वो रेडी हैं तो भाजपा इसका समर्थन करेगी कि सेशन होना चाहिए।
तो राज्यपाल के विवेक पर है, अब गुलाबचंद कटारिया के विवेक पे नहीं है।
अच्छा, अब राज्यपाल के विवेक पे हो गया।
निर्णय पर है कि वो कब बुलाते हैं और क्या नहीं बुलाते हैं। गुलाबचंद कटारिया नहीं बुला सकता।
नहीं, गुलाबचंद जी उस वक्त जब आप कह रहे थे बुलाना चाहिए तब बुलाते तो ठीक है, अब राज्यपाल के विवेक पे हो गया। बट अच्छा ये बताइए कि मैं इतनी बातें हो गई हैं,
कह रहा हूं मैं ये
नहीं, मेरी बात एक सेकंड, मेरी बात सुन लीजिए। इतनी बातें हो गई हैं
मेरी बात
बार-बार नहीं बार-बार
मेरी बात सुनिए।
भाजपा का जो है, भाजपा का समर्थन, भाजपा का ये जो पूरा जो एक तरह से बगावत या जो भी कह दीजिए सचिन पायलट का, कभी राज्यपाल अड़ जाते हैं, कभी कुछ हो जाता है, कभी हरियाणा पुलिस सामने आ जाती है राजस्थान एसओजी के, क्या आप बार बार तब आप अब भी डिनाई करते रहेंगे कि भाजपा का इसमें कोई हाथ नहीं है?
बिल्कुल, मैं 100% कह रहा हूं, कोई हाल नहीं। इन्होंने स्वयं ने अपने ही निर्णयों के कारण से कोर्ट में जाकर केस को उलझाया।
अच्छा
इनके कारण से ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक स्पीकर को जाना पड़ा
जी।
रात को 10 बजे ऑफिस खुला करके उनको अयोग्य होने के लिए नोटिस देना पड़ा।
अच्छा,
ये सारा काम इनके द्वारा ही हो रहा है, हमारे द्वारा
आज
कोई काम
तो-
नहीं हुआ है।
ओके, अच्छा ये बताइए फिर, आज तो आपके जो स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट हैं पुनिया साहब, उन्होंने तो ये भी बयान दे दिया कि पायलट मुख्यमंत्री बन सकते हैं अगर ऐसी परिस्थिति आती है तो।
मैं सोचता हूं ऐसा कोई सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता, न तो अभी तक इस प्रकार की कोई स्थिति है, न कोई बात है। पहले तो ये होगा फ्लोर टेस्ट के आधार
पुनिया साहब,
पर
ये-
वास्तव में बहुमत है या नहीं
बट
है।
आपके पुनिया साहब कह रहे हैं।
उसके पहले न तो पुनिया साहब भी निर्णय कर सकते हैं, न मैं कर सकता हूं, कोई नहीं कर सकता। अभी तो आज की स्थिति तो पहले कि सरकार बहुमत में है या नहीं है इसका निर्णय
अच्छा।
होगा, उसके बाद आगे के निर्णय बढ़ेंगे।
अच्छा, तो मान लीजिए कि सरकार की बहुमत नहीं रहती, उसके बाद क्या आप और पायलट साथ आ सकते हैं बनाने के लिए सरकार?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। हमारी पार्टी कोई अकेला आदमी निर्णय नहीं करता है। हम पार्टी के सब प्रमुख लोग बैठ करके उस समय की स्थिति को देखेंगे, आंकलन करेंगे
जी।
और आंकलन करने के बाद पार्टी हित में क्या हो सकता है उसका निर्णय करेंगे।
नहीं, ये तो औपचारिक ऑफिशियल लाइन है। आपकी क्या राय है? आप इतने बड़े नेता हैं, क्या मानते हैं?
मेरी राय यही है, मेरी
कि हो
राय
सकता
अकेले
है।
की नहीं होती। हमारे यहाँ निर्णय पार्टी के सब प्रमुख लोग करते हैं और
अच्छा।
मेरी इससे कोई राय नहीं है। राय तो अभी क्योंकि वो स्थिति नहीं आई तो विचार किस पे करेंगे।
ठीक, चलिए गुलाब चंद जी, आप हमारे साथ जुड़े, आपने हमारे साथ एक्सक्लूसिव बात किया, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।